have a short teaching here on God, I can't understand you. I'm just so beautiful.
Oh.
Well, this is a major problem. People don't have time to spend with their Father or with Jesus. They don't have time to spend with His Word because they have to go to the beauty parlor. They have to go to their exercise clinics. They dietary clubs, golf clubs, all this stuff. And they don't realize that they're making a choice that is not wise. If I asked you to make a list here, what is your favorite color? Start making, if you make a list of things. Then what is your favorite food? Don't anybody put down pickled shrimp. What is your favorite sport? Is it hockey, soccer, golf, basketball? I asked this same question a number of years ago, and a person put down watching young girls hula hoop was his favorite sport. That's not a sport. That's a lusting
I was
exercise.
gonna say, he makes perfect.
Your favorite activity? Is it reading, singing, gossiping about the neighbors, throwing rocks through the neighbors' windows maybe? What's your favorite activity? For some people it's walking, swimming, baking, reading, dancing. Do you know what your favorite drink is? And what's your favorite song? If you go to sing a song, what's the first one that comes into your mind to sing?
That's easy.
Do you have a favorite singer?
That's not as easy.
How about your favorite movie? What movie stands out for you above all? Do you have a favorite pot to cook with? And there's some people that they pick a favorite pot and they
Use it.
use it for just about everything.
Yeah.
Even if it's inappropriate, they use it.
I've got two to choose from, so.
What's your favorite politician? How about
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
your favorite person to pray for? What's your favorite sign of prosperity? What's your favorite snooze time of the day? Your favorite book? We had this question before, and I had 3 people turn in The Joy of Sex, and they weren't even married. And that was their
There's a book?
favorite book.
Yeah.
Don't write that down.
I never heard of it.
Your favorite friend?
You?
How about your favorite bath soap? Now, if you were to answer these questions all over again, but now talk about a friend, what is their favorites on those things? Write it in the list next to it, and what do you get? What? How much could you answer about a friend?
Maybe half. True friend, you should be able to answer.
You should be able to answer all those from a true friend.
Depends how much time you spend with them.
I said, a true friend, a best friend. Yeah, you would, if they're your best friend, you'll learn about them. You spend time studying them, knowing what turns them into joy and what turns them into anger, so they don't step on things that turn them into anger. You spend time learning them.
No different than a spouse. You
Yeah.
spend time.
Could be your spouse is your favorite friend. Could be the neighbor down the block when your husband's not there or your wife's not there, you know? But if you go to answer these questions, what is it that you know about your neighbor? Huh? Now, in another column, let's do this one. What are the favorites of Jesus, Yeshua? What can you answer there? Yeah. Let's go back. What do you think the favorite book of Jesus is?
The law.
No. Not the law, not the Bible. What's his favorite book?
The book of life.
Book of Life. Yeah. That's his favorite book. He longs to open and call forth the names of all those that are coming with him for life. Into life. And I bet none of you could figure out his favorite bath soap.
Bath soap. Righteous butter. Oh, that's his lotion here.
They're just like butter.
Bath soap. They probably made their soap in those days.
It's blood.
David used it. What was his? He says,
Hyssop.
wash me in
Oh,
hyssop.
That's right. Hyssop.
Oh.
Yep.
It talks about Fuller's soap in the Bible too. I didn't know hyssop was a soap.
You can make soap out of it, yeah.
I should actually look for something.
Not if you got tender skin, you're not going to.
Ah.
Who's his favorite singer? What movie would be a movie that Jesus would call his favorite?
Ben-Hur.
Ten Commandments.
No, they're not even biblical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
What do you think his favorite drink is?
wine.
Wine, I'd say.
Yeah, could be. They call him a wine bibber.
Might be vodka.
I don't think so. I mean, when he prepared a supper for Adam and Eve in the garden, to celebrate the three covenants and stuff like that, he brought wine. The bread and the wine were there. So we know that he has certain things that are his favorite. how much do you know about Jesus? Could you could list out of those 20 items, how many could list them all? List all this, fill in what Jesus likes and dislikes the most.
I think I can list them all.
You good work project.
How about Lana? Would she be able to do that?
Well, probably some, maybe with some prayers. I don't know where you find food.
This isn't an open book test.
Anyway, the idea is that we often can't understand God because we don't bother to take the time to know. We don't understand our Father, we don't understand our brother, and we don't understand the Holy Spirit. And what are we spending our time on is not allowing us to spend the time knowing them. They know you intimately, better than you know yourself.
Yeah. It's true.
So how come you don't know them as well?
Other priorities have taken over.
There's a different list of priorities. And you gotta look, what is the difference between your list and God's list? And if you're learning to walk with Him, wouldn't more of your list be similar to His? And you'll find that the things that Jesus likes the most are all spiritual in nature. And if you look at your list, it's all mostly fleshly, carnal, corruptible, with your likes. So that means the emphasis is on the flesh and not the spirit. This is why we have trouble understanding Jesus and understanding the God family and how we would fit into it. Okay? There's a real problem. Because he says, my thoughts are not your thoughts. My desires are not your desires. The future I see isn't the future you see.
And it's what we have to do is make our thoughts.
That's right, we've got to line up with God family thoughts. God family actions, not on what is pleasing to ourselves. Our fleshly thoughts and desires don't even come close to what Jesus wants and desires for us and in us. None of them do. So why has it become so important? Why is it so important to know how to understand God? The ways of God.
This is our identity.
Well, you can't claim your identity without knowing what it is to be part of the God family.
That's right.
But what is it that we're allowing to take away from that? What is it? You know, we gotta look at it as if something is taking us out of that God-family relationship, then we obviously don't understand our God. We don't know who He is. We're trying to be Miss Beautiful or Mr. Beautiful to the world. And see, it is why we war against the will of God, is because we're trying to please the flesh. It's why sin can so quickly beset us, is because there's a desire to please the flesh. I'm so beautiful, I have to have my sin. We refuse to understand God on the spiritual level, just like Satan did. He refused to see God, the Father, as an epitome of love. Total love is who He is. And so, He didn't look at what He could do to build things up. He looked at what He could do to tear things down. How can I defeat God and show Him that I'm right? Competition is better. Looking at oneself. Let the strongest survive. You know, kill off the weak and only have the strong. Well, we have a society that's built around that. Is it working? No. Even this aspect of abortion. Why do they get aborted? Because they don't want to carry a child. They want to be able to look beautiful. But their soul is never beautiful. You know, they never see themselves after they've had that abortion in the same way. They see themselves as murderers. And it's tough for them to forgive themselves. Satan judged everything according to his beauty. You know, that's why this thing about, oh, they're just a useless bag of skin, or they're just a deadbeat, or they're just, you know, this, or they're just that. All comes back down to judging things according to Satan's program. He judged things as to his beauty. And when you judge things according to your beauty, you're always judging God. Okay? Satan wanted power, and he wanted to be glorified. He wanted people to worship. He wanted all life in the universe to worship him. Because he was beautiful. That caused him to misuse his authority, and all the authorities that were given to him as Lucifer, who was supposed to be called the light bringer, the government bringer, he that could explain the spiritual nature of God to the rest of the angels and all the life created around. All the different life forms. He was supposed to be able to bring the spiritual understanding of God to them. That's why his name was called Lucifer, light bringer. But his name was changed to Satan because he chose rebellion. He chose the way of death, not life. He looked at his beauty to judge by. And he went insane over it. How many here are prepared to go insane so they can keep their beauty? Good. Yeah. Are you so wonderful, beautiful, and powerful in your own eyes that you can't understand the concepts, purposes, and design of a loving Father?